Yo, welcome back to the checkup where we talk hoops and hoops only. And we're back once again with another brand new video. And the topic of this video is going to be something that has been, some speculation around the league for a little while now. Well, not a little while, but at least in this early part of the season. And, it has to do with the basketball. Is the new Wilson NBA basketball potentially affecting the shooting numbers so far across the league this season in the early part of the year? Now, if we look at the shooting stats in general around the league, it's the worst it's been in a while, from field goal percentage to three-point percentage as well. And I also think it's not a coincidence that the ball changes for the first time since like the 06-07 season, and stars like Lillard, Booker, guys that are known for knocking down shots, are struggling to knock down shots. And I kind of understand it to a certain degree, because once you get used to something, it's a little hard to just switch up the routine just like that, especially when you've been doing this for years, like they have been shooting with the same ball for years. To just switch like that is kind of difficult. So I understand the struggles of these players to start the season. We've even had guys like Paul George, who's not struggling, but he's had his thoughts on it. CJ McCollum's had his thoughts, and Paul George even said it's not as smooth as the Spalding ball that's been used for many, many years. And you can tell that guys are not comfortable with it yet, at least. Guys are going to have to adjust. It's kind of a big deal right now because it's so early in the season. There's obviously guys that are the exception. Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, those guys could just literally shoot with any basketball and they'll be just fine. Like it literally does not matter for them. But I can see why guys have been struggling to hit shots compared to previous seasons. And funny thing is, I made a video about the new rule changes, and Trae Young was trying to make a point. He said in a press conference that the new rules were basically the reason players were struggling. He mentioned Damian Lillard struggles and Booker struggles. And this is when really the inspiration for this video kicked in, because I remember thinking to myself, the NBA basketball changed. It's not Spalding anymore. And I remember, I was literally a child, literally 3 years old probably when this happened. But I remember hearing about in the 06-07 season when they changed the basketball that, the players didn't like it. They struggled. They absolutely hated that ball. And it led to them switching back up with the original Spalding ball up until now. And this is the first year that Wilson has in their contract with the NBA to provide the basketballs for them. So the players are going to have to adjust. And, it's not going to go away. They're not going to make any changes to the ball this season. So it's not an excuse for these guys either. But I really just think it makes sense. The timetable just makes sense. And this might be the number one reason for why shots aren't falling compared to years prior. And the crazy part is there's a lot of guys that are really struggling to start the year. It's not just, Lillard and Booker. We've got like Fox and, Trae Young is even struggling to a certain degree. He's only shooting like 27% from three. I've seen a lot of guys struggling to hit shots to start the year, and I don't think it's concerning, because you can still see that when guys get hot, they still get hot. They don't miss. These are pros at the end of the day. So, they might struggle now. Like Lillard might be struggling now, but I can pretty much guarantee you come February when All-Star weekend's coming around, he's still going to be an All-Star game. Most likely. There is the guys like Russell Westbrook who they try to feature in the guys that have not been hitting shots. I'm not snapping on him. He can't really shoot. It's different, we're not talking about him. But it's pretty much that's how it's going to be. Guys are just going to have to adjust. And like I said, there's guys that are already, they does this. KD, natural born scorer. Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. But for other regular guys in the league, it's just going to have to be a little adjustment period. Not, the stars that are not used to it, and the guys that have never really been used to using a ball like this. It's just how it's going to be for the rest of the season. And guys are just going to have to really get used to the ball. And like I said, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse for why these guys have been playing bad, because, you know, CJ McCollum even said that he's not making excuses saying it's the ball. He's just saying that the basketball is different now, so it's a whole new situation. But anyways, that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, link will be down in the description. This has been The Checkup, where we talk hoops and hoops only, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.